be. In the book of Revelation, the church appears in chapter 1 on earth. The church appears in chapter 2 on earth. 7 churches are described in chapter 2 and chapter 3, local churches in Asia Minor. The church is there. Starting in chapter 4, the church never appears again. The word never appears again in the book of Revelation, right through to the return of Christ in chapter 19 and the kingdom in chapter 20. You will never read about the church. It doesn't say anything about the church. It doesn't describe the function of the church. It doesn't speak to what the church does or doesn't do, should or shouldn't do. Why? Everything else in the New Testament is directed at the church. Every epistle, all the instruction of the New Testament is directed at the church. Why does all instruction in the book of Revelation to the church end at chapter 3, and you go to heaven in chapter 4, and the war machine of God is beginning to move like it did in Ezekiel chapter 1, and all the rest that flows out of that is void of the church. It talks about the Jews, it talks about the Gentiles, it talks about Jewish evangelists, 144,000, 12,000 out of every tribe, Jewish missionaries, 2 witnesses. It talks about all of that, but never, ever mentions the church until you see the church in heaven at the end. Very important. Church is mentioned 19 times